Oh, George, that's a nice crown you've got on your head. Where'd you get that from?
Well, I got it from school, Dad. I got it from Mrs. Turnbull's costume box. She let me have it just for tonight. I said I was doing a play, but I'm not really.
What, you fibbed to Mrs. Turnbull?
Well, I didn't fib, but I just wanted to see what it was like to wear. I'm just looking at myself in the mirror. Do I look like a prince, Dad?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do, George. You really do look like a prince. Yeah, it fits you well.
I was watching the news the other day, and I thought, you know, Harry and what's his wife called?
Meghan,
Megan, yeah. You know they've gone to what's that country called?
Canada.
Yeah. Well, they're not going to come back, are they, Dad?
Well, I don't think so, George.
So, I thought I might ask the Queen if I could do some of the jobs that Harry does when he's back in this country.
Well, that's interesting. Why don't you write her a letter?
Well, I thought it'd be quicker if you could give her a ring.
A ring?
I wondered if we could just ring Buckingham Palace and talk to the Queen and just say, listen, Your Majesty, my son is really interested in doing all the jobs that Harry used to do, but he can't do them now, so who's going to do them?
Well, that's a really interesting idea. I still think writing a letter would be the answer, George.
Well, I just think, I don't know, it could get lost in the post or... Anyway, I want an answer really quickly because I'm quite busy myself, and then I can put it in my notebook what she wants me to do.
Right, so you want me to ring the Queen, George?
So if you can Google, can you Google if you just Google the name of the Queen, then we'll get the number from, can you do that whilst I'm just putting my shoes on?
Right, yes, why not? Let's Google the Queen, yes. Right, here we go then, so I'll, find out. Here it is, here's the number.
Oh, that's good. Can you just give it a ring, Dad, and then we'll see what she says?
Yes, of course. So, Buckingham Palace, here we go. 6. Okay, right, let's see what happens. Oh, George, it's ringing.
Oh, it's ringing.
Right. Oh, hello. Good afternoon. You don't know me. I'm a British citizen. I just wondered if you could put me through to the Queen. Yes, I just wanted a quick word. Thank you very much. Thank you. If that's okay, thank you very much.
Are you going to talk to the Queen?
Looks like they're putting me straight through, George.
Just don't forget, it's Harry's stuff that I want to do. It's Harry, not not Meghan's stuff, not William's stuff, but
Hello, Your Majesty. You don't know me. I'm a member of the I live here in the UK, and I have a son. And he's just asking if it might be remotely possible to possibly, every now and then fill Harry's shoes because he can't do the work anymore. Right. Yeah. Well, yes, I don't suppose you'll be seeing them too. Yes. Well, it is a long way away, isn't it, Your Majesty? Yes.
What's she saying?
Shh, George. Yes. So, just, I don't know, cut the odd ribbon. He quite likes wearing the crown. Right. Anne. Yes. Yeah, I'll just tell him, Your Majesty. She says, Princess Anne is going to be doing a lot of the jobs, the military things that Harry used to do. So it doesn't look very promising, George.
What about Prince Andrew? Because he's not doing anything, is he? Ask about Prince Andrew. I'd do anything that he used to do.
Right, Your Majesty, my son's just inquiring about Prince Andrew's role now. It's a bit, yes. Oh, I know. I mean, you're really going through it. I know, Your Majesty. I know. Well, my son's quite willing to fill the shoes. Right, Princess Anne. Hold on a minute, Your Majesty. Sorry, George. Princess Anne is doing all Andrew's things as well.
Andrew's things as well. She's doing those jobs as well.
Yes.
What about Philip? Ask about Philip because he's getting really old. I don't mind doing what Philip does.
We spent a lot of time in bed. Your Majesty, let me just find. Your Majesty, still there? Sorry. What about Prince Philip? My son's quite willing to. Princess Anne's. Yes. She's going to be very busy, isn't she? Your daughter. Yes. Let me just put that to my son. I'm afraid Princess Anne is doing a lot of Philip's work.
She's doing all that? It's not fair, Dad. It's not fair. Can she just put me through to Princess Anne? I'd like to talk to...
No, hold on a minute, Judge. Your Majesty, your Princess Anne wouldn't be available to speak to, would? No. Well, I can imagine. Yes. No, she's too busy, George. She's actually opening a couple of events as we speak. Something Harry would have done had he been in the UK. So it's not going to be possible, George. It's not going to be possible.
It's not. Let's think about this. Tell her we'll talk to her later. Tomorrow, perhaps we'll give her a ring tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Your Majesty. That's a shame. It's a terrible shame. We'll mull it over. Whatever, if there's anything else that we can, my son can do, then, any boots he can fill, then, do get back to us. In fact, I'll call you next week at your... Yes, thank you. Oh, that'd be very nice. If we are passing, yes, we definitely will pop in. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's very nice talking to you, Majesty. Yes, thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
That's not... It's really not good, Dad. It's really not good. She's doing everything, Princess Anne. She's so... I just don't... I'm not happy, Dad. I'm not happy. That's not good.
Well, I don't know what to say. Where are you going?
I think I'm just going to go for a walk, Dad. I've got to think about what I'm going to do next. Does Boris Johnson need any help?
I think he needs a lot of help. A lot of help, George. But I don't know. I think his friend Dominic's helping him there.
It's just nothing I can do, Dad. Nothing.
You just carry on with your schoolwork, George. You're doing really well at school.
Yeah, it's...
Well, I tell you what, wear your crown when you're doing your homework.
That's an idea, Dad. That's a great idea. Thanks, Dad.
Right you are, George. Right you are.
Dad?
Yes, George.
You're quite clever, aren't you?
Well, that's very kind of you, George. I suppose I know a few things, let's put it that way.
Well, you know the sun?
Oh, yes.
How does it burn like red hot all the time? How does it burn like that all the time?
Well, it's burning like that all the time, George, until, of course, it's dark.
Yeah, but then it's somewhere else, isn't it?
Yes, of course it is. Yes.
But how does it burn all the time, Dad? Like it never goes off like a light. It's always burning.
Well, that's because it's full of rays, George. It's got really hot rays, really hot ones that fire out like ultra rays, George. And gases, loads of gases. Oh, yes, all sorts of flammable gases, George, mixed with the intense rays. And it's able to continue burning through the atmosphere, burning gases. Well, with one explosion after the other, a cumulative burning. Oh, it's so hot. It's so hot, isn't it, George? That's why you shouldn't look at the sun when you're, when it's really bright. You shouldn't look directly at the sun because you could affect your eyes. It's really that's how strong it is, George. That's how extraordinarily strong it is.
But how does it carry on burning, though, Dad? How does it keep burning? It's not plugged into anything, is it?
No, you're right, but it kind of is a constant sort of move.
You don't know, do you, Dad?
Well, yeah, well, I'm trying to explain, George. It's all burning together, and it never goes out because it's kind of fueling itself.
But how does that happen?
Well, because it's so clever, George. The sort of technology behind it. It's a mystery. It's a mystery, George. I don't think anyone really.
You don't know, do you, Dad?
Well, I.
You don't know, do you? You can tell me if you don't know, Dad, because you're not a scientist, are you?
No, I'm not. I wish I could answer that question, George, but...
So you don't know, Dad? You don't know why it's constantly burning?
No, I don't, George.
Oh, okay. What are we having for tea? Do you know that, Dad?
I'll go and see what's in the kitchen, George.
Okay, Dad.
Oh, it's so hot. Me and My Dad is an open fridge production produced by Alex Castle and Mungo Pierce. Music is by Michael Ball. All sketches written and performed by Thomas Kett.